unleash and 1 damage to us. That's not great. Ouch. Hey everyone, this is Thraxir and welcome to the last video for my Aeon and Outcasts expedition series. We have had 3 battles so far and we have won all 3 of them. Spoiler if you haven't seen them, but I suppose if you're looking into the 4th video here, this is all spoiler territory, right? That for sure. So, what will we do today? Well, actually, today we will do several things. We will first read the story here, see the continuation of the story, then we will unlock a few more things, then I will set everything up we need for today, we will look at the new changes for the new boss and mage and everything, and then we will just play. I will put timestamp in the description as usual, so you can just jump to whatever part you want, but bonus points for you if you watch the entire video. You see that everything is still set up here. That's because I'm taking an entire weekend to record all 4 videos, and yeah, this is the 4th one. I actually planned on taking an entire weekend to record all 4 videos, but well, actually I have done everything in 1 day. And yeah, it's taken me the entire day. It's now 5 p.m. and I started like this morning pretty much. So yeah, this is taking a long time, but I love this game, so that is fine. For other games, I wouldn't have liked to record that long, but I love Aeon's End so much, so that is no problem at all. And you know, I do a lot for you guys. So alright, so let's continue reading the story here. There we go. Intro to battle 4. The group falls silent. Zana stares at Xaxos in disbelief. Takran draws a breath, but before he can say anything, she holds up a hand to silence him. Xaxos, she says slowly, her voice dangerously calm. Why would we destroy the fountain? We're here to use it, to bring back the people we lost. I'm afraid that's impossible. People don't come back. Zana shakes her head, refusing to listen. That's not true. You said it collects either. You said we came here to fix what you broke in the fall. You said we could bring back my husband. Xaxos smiles a thin, sickly smile, his face pale from the concentration he's still holding on his spell. There's no humor in his eyes, just a grim determination. I lied. Isn't that what you always expected from me, Zana? I lied so you would come here. I couldn't trust you to do it any other way. But Thraxir, the Fountain of Souls doesn't bring people back, does it? Takran steps forward, his voice full of dread certainty. It takes the either and twists it, turns them into nameless. Xaxos nods, and Ilya only just manages to grab Zana by the arm before she lunges at him. Xaxos turns and gestures to Thraxir. This is what awaits our friends. You're Sorin. It's too cruel having to fight the people we loved, to have our failures thrown back in our faces. It needs to be destroyed. Your failures, Zana spits. It's your fault they're dead. You killed them. Which is why I need to be the one to set things right. Kel stomps a foot, demanding attention. Can everyone just calm down for a minute? Thraxir says he came through it and he seems to be recovering. I have some of myself. Thraxir says, his voice still strained and unnatural. I barely remember my name, but years and years of bloodshed. What I have done, the death I cannot forget. But you're here, Zana says, desperation tearing at the edge of her voice. You're here. It's possible to become human again, right? If you loved my father, would you want to put him through that? Takran lifts his chin and squares his shoulders. Zana sees her own pain mirrored in her son's eyes. Xaxos is right. We owe it to the world to destroy this fountain. And any source of Porterborn is a danger to all of us. Ilias chips in. Zana. Xaxos turns to face her and holds out his hand, palm up. Will you fight with us? Zana scowls and knocks his hand away. You have taken my husband from me twice. She closes her eyes and draws in a steady breath. But we must destroy this abomination. Come, Thraxir says slowly. I know the way. So how do we destroy the fountain? Kel asks as they near the mouth of an imposing cave. Xaxos reaches into his cloak and pulls out a small golden lantern. I've been working on this for some time. It runs on a concentrated form of ether that repels other similar sources of ether. If you can all devote some energy to it, I should be able to keep the souls within the fountain at bay until we can finish it off. The trek into the cave doesn't take very long before they find themselves standing at the mouth of an enormous cavern. It is breathtakingly beautiful. The water casts a faint purple light across the walls. Strange shadows outline the edges of stalactites. The water is perfectly calm, but golden light shimmers beneath the surface. The space seems to breathe around them, gigantic and imposing in its silence. Suddenly, the water starts to ripple and coalesce into a solid form. A hand, entirely composed of that odd purple water, reaches up and out the surface of the pool. Slowly, a monstrous form pulls itself up and out of the pool, towering above the group. "Protect the lantern!" Thraxir yells, and everyone prepares themselves for battle. Alright, and now we get to open envelope 4 and deck 4. So let's look at our new nemesis. I'm really excited. That's the one from the cover. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So this one is empty? Yeah, it is. So we can put that back here. Fountain of Souls. Okay, cool. So we have some tentacle kind of thing here. Okay. And then here with the Fountain of Souls. And we have a lot of like tokens. Exciting. Very cool. Fountain of Souls. Well, then let's read what Thraxir has to say about the Fountain of Souls. I found the fountain a month ago while I was attempting to map my way through the void. The ether shimmering within its water drew me close. I'll admit, my curiosity outweighed my sense. Everything in the void is made of void essence, just as everything in our world is composed entirely of ether. So seeing this gigantic reserve of ether here in this place was startling, to say the least. By the time I realized it was not merely a pool but a living creature, it was almost too late to escape. I spent some time observing it from afar, doing what experiments I could safely. I had hypotheses, but it wasn't until I saw a new wave of ether come through a breach and be subsumed within the waters that I realized what was truly happening. That was when I forced myself to acknowledge that the bubbles of ether floating suspended within the creature were almost recognizable. I just hadn't wanted to allow myself to recognize them. I knew then what I had to do, but I could not accomplish it alone. Okay, very cool. Looking forward to how that works. There are different spawns depending on how many players there are. Alright, so more players, and the spawn is further. Interesting, okay. Okay, so let's open this up here. That's the deck. Alright, so we just have new stuff. We have new gems here. No, wait. That's that's some extra deck for the boss, right? That's all for the boss here, of course. Right, and then these are all boss cards. And then at the end we again have, just boss cards. That's it. So what will happen now, I will now set everything up. I also read on how the boss works and everything. And then I will just show you the new things here. So, and that's almost set up. A few things we still need to do here. We have the new market cards here. I've exchanged them here with these, with a similar value as usual. So, the Helix of Amber costs 3. So, finally we get rid of that Molten Peridot. We had that all the time. So that is nice. I mean, I do even have more market cards, right? But I'm not only playing with those that you would encounter during your first expedition without any expansions of the game. This one here costs 3. But that is a Xaxos card. We're not playing with Xaxos, we're playing with Gravehold. So I would actually not be able to use that here. Then this relic is fine. That's a good one. That is 7. So, it's far away from that 4, but at least it comes kind of close. So you put that right here. And then the last one, I think, is a spell that costs 5. So that would be here, and that is no Xaxos card, so that is fine. Okay, there we go. Alright. Okay, perfect. So I can discard those. Next thing we need to do is give, this is our starting hand here. These, so I will just put them here for now. This is our starting deck. In our starting deck, I will exchange one of the gems with our treasure here. I will take the same one again, where I can either gain one ether or 1 charge. I will do that again because I really like that one. So that is our deck then here. Then as the treasure level 2, I will take the same thing again, where like one specific spell that costs 5 or less deals 1 additional damage, and I will take the Paired Storm again. That one was really good. I think I will play with that again. I mean, that's like going to be the hardest fight today, right? So I would definitely take the Paired Storm again. With that, I can work really well, but I will have to unlock my breaches first, because they are all not open yet. But that's where our treasure level 3 comes in, because at the start of your first turn of the game, focus one of your breaches 3 times, which is really nice. So I can actually like completely like almost get 1 breach already ready. So that's really cool. So I will put that here, so we remember that. This is our starting hand here. All right. So, and with that, we have set up the game. So then let's take a look at the new things first, and then we can start playing. So let me put this one a little bit down here like this. I think that's a little bit nicer. Okay, so the new things: Helix of Amber, a gem that costs 3 either. Gain 2 either. You may suffer 1 damage if you do destroy a card that costs 0 in your hand. Ooh, that is nice. Yes, taking damage is bad, but with that we can really thin out our deck. Oh, I like this. The next new one is the Unhinged Vortex, a relic, a very expensive relic, but it's really good. Any ally draws 3 cards, then they discard a card in hand. Not bad. Or you may focus any ally's breach, and then any ally may return a hot card in their discard pile to their hand. Remember, when we play by ourselves, we are our own ally. Then we have the Radiant Conflux. Costs 5. Cast, deal 3 damage. Any ally may draw a card and then discard a card in hand. Okay, not bad. And then we also have the Soulfire. That's like a 10th supply pile. Costs 3, is a gem, gain 1 either, and the Lantern gains 1 fuel. I will tell you in a moment what that does. Or gain 1 either and discard 1 soul. So what happens here is every time the nemesis is the nemesis turn, like all souls wander 1 space towards here. Whenever a soul moves there, Gravehold suffers 1 damage, right? So you want to, of course, not have that. Like whenever the Fountain of Souls unleashes, it puts 3 souls on that starting space, right? And another thing is we have that Lantern here. With the Soulfire, we can gain like 1 fuel for the Lantern, and when it's at 3, then we can like use the Lantern to discard up to 5 souls, like distributed among 2 different adjacent spaces. And then the Lantern has no fuel anymore, right? So with that, we can actually like get rid of these souls, because they will damage Gravehold quite a bit. Souls are not, so we cannot attack the souls directly. We can only do that either via the Soulfire here or via the Lantern. And that is pretty much already it. So yeah, very cool. And then we have our hero, of course. So first, let us read a little bit story about Thraxir. It's been hard to get Thraxir's story from him. He recalls details sporadically, and much of his human life is buried beneath years and years of bloodshed. It must be traumatic, coming back to yourself after spending so long as a mindless monster. The memory of hurting the people you once cared about, it can be easier to live without. This, at least, I understand intimately. Void Essence is powerful, but it can drive you past the point of sanity. I'm ashamed to admit that I was conscious of what I was doing when I turned on my fellow mages and attacked them. It would be easier for me if I could hide in the fog of madness. I thought my cause was righteous enough, my goals pure enough that any action could be excused. Thraxir and I are both too far gone to ever truly belong in New Gravehold again. But perhaps together we can rediscover what it means to be human. And that's the text by Thraxir. So what happens with Thraxir is we have 4 breaches. And like whenever we open a breach, something good happens. Like here, we gain a card that costs 4 or less. We just gain it. That is really cool. So Paired Storm, hello. Then here, if we open that, then we gain a spell that costs 5 or less. Maybe even the Radiant Conflux. Then let's see. If we open this here, the third one, then we shuffle our turn order card from that turn into the turn order deck. So we have like 1 more turn before this round, so to speak. And then if we open this one here, then we gain just any spell from the supply. So that is really cool. Like, so it makes really sense, like opening the breaches with Thraxir. And the searchability is quite interesting because it says cast up to 3 spells prepped by any player, so only ours, of course, right? If you have 3 opened breaches, those spells deal 1 additional damage. If you have 4 opened breaches, you may cast up to 4 spells, and those spells deal 2 additional damage instead. So right, so it's possible to like put all your spells in here, then activate that thing, and then fire them all off. It's only for the additional damage. That's the only thing that that it does, right? So everything else is not that interesting. Except, of course, if you have more spells in hand, but that is hardly an option, especially since I will do that pair storm thing again. I can, like, these pair storms, like 2 of them can share 1 breach, so that's not really a thing. Alright, so with that, we can start playing. It is our turn. That is always a good start. That is what the Sir Thraxir likes to see. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Crystal. We have the Nameless Cipher. This one lets us gain 1 either. And an ally, which is us, may discard a card in hand, and if we do, we can focus 1 of our breaches. That is important because we need to focus our breaches. But at the start of your first turn of the game, focus 1 of your breaches 3 times. And of course, I will open the breach number 4 because it's the most expensive one. 1, 2, 3, like this. So now, to open this is like just as expensive as opening that. So that is not too bad. And then I actually want... Can I open one? I can. So I will spend 4, these 4 here, to open 1 of my breaches. Now I'm thinking which one. Actually, the treasure 3, I can actually put that away now because that is all it did, right? Just giving out those 3 breaches, so I have that room here for my discard pile again. So which one will I open? This one lets us gain any card. What is that arcane relay again? Any ally draws a card and then reveals their hand. Deal 4 damage, plus each damage for each card that costs 1 or more. But it does 4 damage straight. That is pretty good. So, actually, you know what? I will open this breach here in order to gain any spell, and I will gain this spell here. And since I now have an open breach, I can also equip my spark there, which is really cool. Alright, let's discard these here, and then draw 5 new cards. If you're confused because of the rules, in my first video for this small series here, I explain the rules in detail, but you will also get to know the rules as I play here. Nemesis. Alright, nothing to activate here, so we just draw a card. Unleash. Unleash means we take 3 souls and we put them here on the start. Oh no, at the beginning of the Nemesis turn, always these move 1 clockwise, and then we put 3 souls right there because the unleash, and then we move each soul 1 space again. Alright, so we need to get rid of those as soon as possible. Alright, so that could be difficult. So we will definitely need we need soul fires. We can't do anything else, right? So that means these gems, I don't need any of these, right? It would be stupid to buy those. But these only gain 1 either. Oh man, that's tough. But I mean, I can get cards with Thraxir here, right? So I might be able to work with that, and the paired storm is quite inexpensive. So I think I will work with that. I will try to get these paired storms somehow, buy a lot of soul fires. Yeah, let's see if I can somehow do that. It's kind of tough, but let's just see. All right, our turn. So we'll deal 1 damage. So that's 69. So very nice. And then we'll put the spark there, and then I will have 3 or 4 crystals. Either. I need 3. Okay, then let me put this one here to gain 1 charge. Well, actually, do I need charges? I can cast up to 3 spells. I don't even have that many, so no, I don't need that. So let me put. But I need to start doing a bit of damage, and also I need to. You know what? No, I will do it differently. I will spend these 4 to open this breach here. And with this breach, I can now gain a card that costs 4 or less, and I could Soulfire or Paired Storm. Which one is more important? I think I will take this one here. Paired Storm. Which one? Yeah, I will take this one. I think that is the better idea. Like this. Okay, that works. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it is my turn again. That is good. As a reminder, like whenever there's a 1 or 2, it's my turn, because I'm only playing one hero, but usually you would have 2 heroes at least, like player 1 and 2, right? Player number 1 and 2, but in a solo game you have like both numbers then. This one was pretty nice because you can actually focus one of the breaches. Okay, so first of all, let's again deal 1 damage, slowly but surely. Then we have 3 here. Okay, let's put the arcane relay here. And then I will... that's kind of bad. So we need soulfires for sure. Also paired storms. So let me put these 3 here to get a soulfire. And with this one I will keep in hand for now. So let's discard these. Oops. And get 1, 2, 3, 4 new cards. And then it's our turn again. No, it's not. It's the nemesis turn. So these souls move 1. I hope I won't forget later on. And then power 2. I can discard that by spending 6 either, which I definitely don't have. Unleash twice. Oh, that would be a lot. And 3 damage to us. Oh, I don't know. I don't quite know if that's good or not. Probably not really. Alright, so we can cast that one. Any ally draws a card. That's me. And then reveals the hand. I do 4 damage plus every card that costs 1 or more. So 1. Alright, so 5 damage. Oh, that's a good card. Arcane Relay is pretty good. But it's also expensive, and I can't really afford any of that. Okay, so let's see here. I will soulfire immediately. That is pretty good. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's put that one here for now. So I could get up to 5. So I would have 2, 3 here. 3 here, and the lantern gains 1 fuel, like this. And 3, I would take another soulfire. I need to take these first. And then I have 2 more here. What I will do is, I will discard a card in hand, and then I can focus one of my breaches. It's because, let me focus, like, of course, that one that is more expensive for now. Okay, because it's important to, like, have these open here, so I can actually, like, do some damage. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then let's see whose turn it is next. I also want to destroy some cards. I would need Helix of Amber for that. So I might also take a few of those. Let's see. I don't have an idea like how many soulfires I actually need. So let's deal 1 more damage. 62. Alright, so we're getting there somehow. So 3, 4. I would have 4 here. Do I want another soulfire? I think so. So you know what? Let me put all of these here, and then I will get another soulfire, and also the lantern gains another fuel. That's not too bad. Okay, that's not too bad. We're getting there. Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. And it is our turn again. We can cast that to deal 1 damage. That is nice. Very cool. So let's see. We have that soulfire. We have that amazing spell again. Nice. So 1, 2. We would have 3 to 4. Alright, I think 1 more soulfire, and then I will invest into paired storms, because then we need to do some damage. So I will spend these 3 here, and with that I will get another soulfire, and also I will, instead of getting 1 fuel for the lantern, I will discard 1 soul, because these will move soon. So I will just discard that 1 soul, and this one here I will just keep in my hand. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it is the nemesis turn. Remove this one here and then draw. Oh no, and move these clockwise. When the soul moves here, Gravehold suffers 1 damage, so that is 1 damage to Gravehold, the first damage. Okay, still okay, but now the battle has started. Oh, a minion. Oh, that's a new one. Labyrinth Wraith. So first of all, 6 health. Let me find those just over here. Wandering, reduce. Okay, so no wait, reduce to 1 all damage that is dealt to this by abilities and player cards. Player cards. During any player's main phase, the player may spend any amount of either to deal an equal amount of damage to this. Okay, so we actually deal like with either. And what does it do? Unleash and 1 damage to us. That's not great. Ouch. That's the nemesis again. So remove that. Then unleash twice. First of all, we need to move that over there. Oh no. That is 3 damage to Gravehold. Oh no, oh no, oh no. And then unleash twice. That means we put like 3 and another 3, like 2 3s on here. Okay. And any player suffers 3 damage. That is us, of course. And then this one here unleashes again. Oh man. It's like 9 souls on here. Any player suffers 1 damage. Oh man. Oh. This one is pretty rough. But at least... Oh no, and then we draw a card still. Oh man. Any player suffers 3 damage. Oh, come on. Alright, so I'm almost... well, I'm almost unconscious. I mean, exhausted. Oh man. Okay. And also we get the Curse of Rot. Oh no! No, not the Curse of Rot. I hate this. I hate this one. Okay, well, that is pretty bad. That is not so good. Alright, it's our turn. So first we draw a card, and then we deal 4, 5, 6 damage. Not to that, of course, but here. That is 55 then. Okay. Alright. Oh, but that arcane relay is pretty good, but we can't possibly afford that. So we have a spark here. So let's put that spark in here. We get 1, 2, 3. So you know what? Let's do it like this. There are 9 here, right? Yeah. So I will spend 3 to get a paired storm. I will now start with those. Then I discarded 2 of these. I'll use 2 of these Soulfires. With one of them, I will do 1 fuel for the lantern. And with that one, with the lantern now, we can discard 5 souls. So there's only 4 left here of these 9. And with the other Soulfire I used, I will just discard 1 single soul. Put those to 0 again. Okay, I think that is okay. Oh, by the way, there were 2 nemesis turns, right? It's possible that... Oh no, that's fine. I think it's fine with these souls, because in the first one there wasn't anything to move. I think that's okay. Should be fine. So, and then I will use the Nameless Siphon. And if I discard a card, then I can focus one of my breaches. I will focus this one here. The more expensive now. Now both are 5 to open. That's good. That is good. Okay. We are getting places, but let me rearrange these cards. Let me do them like this here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's our turn again. So we don't have any... Oh, actually, we do have 1 spell here. And we can put 1 spell there. So that is 54. This one has 6 health, right? 1, 2, 3. I only have 4 here. With these 4... Actually, you know what? With these 4, I will actually do this lantern thing one more time and also get another paired storm. Yeah, we need to get rid of that one, but I will do that a little bit later. Okay, so we have 2 paired storms there. That's pretty good now. We have a very thick deck. I don't like that too much. That's not too good, but okay. So, how are we doing? I'm not sure. It's very hard for me to see. We don't have a whole lot of gems. That is a problem. So, but I don't want to like get too many more gems now because we need damage. We just need to do damage, right? It's our turn. That's good. So let's deal. Oh, by the way, I probably have that card that I need to discard. Yeah, I need to discard this first. And then we deal 1 damage. That is 53. Slowly but surely. And then I have 4 here again. Let me put these 4 here. And then I will just put like the lantern up 2. And I will get another paired storm. So, let's see if we can get something done. And then, starting at the next round, I will start getting, like, willing this one down here. Oh, by the way, this one should have been gone. Okay, it is the Nemesis turn. So, first of all, it goes there. Then it unleashes here, but I'm ready for that. And also, we suffer 1 damage. Okay, new card. It's another minion, wow. Oh, that's the Hound again, yeah. So by spells that cost 5 or more, these are all reduced to 1 damage, but I have spells that are less expensive, so that's fine. And Gravehold suffers 2 damage every time. That is still okay. This one is a little bit worse. Okay, and it is our turn, wonderful. So let's see what we have here. Oh, we have a lot of these pearls. So let me put the Arcane Relay here first. That one is good. And the paired storm over there. And then I would have 3. That's good with these. Oh, I forgot to discard these again. So, and with these 3, I will do the same thing again. I will get another paired storm. And how many Soulfires were there? 2. So that means I will first use the candle. So these 3 are reduced to only 1. And then I can like use these 2 Soulfires to put it up to 2 again. Okay, I think I got that kind of under control. Now I just need to do damage. And I forgot to hurt that one again. Oh, I'm so stupid. Well, okay. Let's just see if I can somehow remedy that. Let me do it like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It is the Nemesis turn, of course. Ah, come on. So, unleash. That means, oh, this one moves there. Then we get another 3 souls there. We suffer 1 damage. We are almost exhausted. And here, Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Okay. And then we get a new card with a power 2. Any player discards a Soulfire in hand and someone suffers 2 damage. Interesting. Okay. Alright. It is now should be twice our turn. So, we draw a card for that one there. And then we deal 1, 2 plus 4, 6 damage. That's good. So that we are now then at 47. Okay. And with this one we deal another 3 damage. Because I have the treasure there, instead of 2, I will do 3 damage. So that is then 40. Well, actually we could also work on the Hound with that one. So let's reduce that one to 2. I think that's a good idea. So 1, 2. Oh yeah, paired storm. Nice. Put that one there. And then let's see. Name the Siphon. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 3 to 4. You know what? We'll spend all of these 4 here in order to reduce that one down to 2. I think that's a pretty good idea. And also get that lantern up 1 more. Okay, I think that wasn't all too bad. 1, 2. Oops, come on. 3, 4, 5. And this one here is the card that I always need to discard when I draw it. Alrighty. Turn on the deck should be us again. Exactly. So that is another 3 damage, and here 1 damage. Let's use the 3 damage here, although it's a little bit wasteful, for the Hound. So this one is gone. And then the 1 damage here for the Nemesis. Okay. So let's see what we have here. So we have another Paired Storm and Spark. And we have 2. Well, 2, that's perfect. I will spend these 2 in order to get rid of the Labyrinth Wraith. That is very good. Very, very good. Okay. So that is a much better situation again now. That is much better. This one is difficult because we will suffer damage and then be exhausted, but that's just the way it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, yeah, I will do the tactic with the Paired Storm again, because it's just really good value if I can like pair them. So far I haven't been able to do it. So It's kind of overpowered, but not quite if you can't get them together. So far I can't. So I deal 3 damage here and 1 damage there. That is 4 damage all together. Let me do it like this. So 42. Although no, let me put that up here because I might be able to get another Paired Storm if I can buy one. Let's see. So there, and yeah, I do have 4. I have 4 actually. With that I can get another Paired Storm, and that's the last one. And also Soulfire. You know what? Let me to put that down and discard all of these, and then put it back. 1 or 2? How many? I had 2. So the latter I can actually pull up by 2. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, so I think now I'm in a pretty good rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm in a pretty good rhythm now. So I should be able, it's at least possible that I can make it. Alright, remove 1 power token. There is nothing to move. Unleash. Alright, so another 3 here. Gravehold suffers 4 damage. Oh, we need to be careful with Gravehold. Wow. Any player gains a cursed shard from the curse deck and places it on top of the deck. Alright. Ooh, that was not too great. So another 3 damage here. So that is then 39. Okay. And I would like to open like these breaches here. So let's see if we can do that. So let's put that one there, and then we have 3 here again. With 3 I cannot open anything. I could focus that one. Yeah, I think I will do that. I will use these 3 to focus that one here. Like this. And then these were 2 of these pearls, of these Soulfires, right? So I put one up here, and with the other one I will just get rid of one of these 3 souls at least. Okay, I think that wasn't too bad. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's see whose turn it is. Our turn, wonderful. So we draw a card. For that I first need to draw a card, but that one is the one I have to discard again, so that doesn't do anything. So 1 plus 4, that is 5 damage. So we're at 34. That's pretty nice. And then another 3 damage here. 31. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. So let's see. Oh, that stupid curse chart. Actually, I will do that. Will I do that? I will keep the curse shard in hand for now. I will spend these 3. I will use these 3 here to open this breach. And this breach makes me shuffle my turn order card back in the turn order deck. That's good. Just one more turn here. Let me just look away so I don't know where my card is, like this. And then also, since that was a Soulfire, I can remove one of these again. And these 2 I will keep in my hand. So I will draw 3 more. Before that, of course, I need to discard that here. Okay. Good, I suppose. Really, the nemesis, although I just shuffled one in. Okay, well. So remove that power token, and then any player discards a Soulfire in hand. I don't have any. And suffers 2 damage. So 1 damage to me. Now I'm exhausted. The other damage now is directed at Gravehold, but twice as much. So 2 damage to Gravehold. That is pretty bad. 18. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, by the way, this one moves 1 clockwise. A minion. Alright. Energy Leech. When this minion is dealt damage, move 1 soul clockwise. Okay. Any player suffers 1 damage when it's their turn. I should get rid of that, because that will hurt Gravehold quite a bit. Quite a bit. Alright, so let's see. I can't get these paired storms together. That's pretty bad. So, but let's put them here like this. And then I will actually spend these 2 here in order to destroy this cursed chart, because that one's getting on my nerves. Alright. Discard these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to fire off these paired storms better. Can I get 2? I have 2 in my hand. Okay, now it's starting. It's beginning. It's beginning. Okay, good. So, and what else? Oh, okay. Just the next card, and that is also us. So another 3. Actually, I could also just keep that there for now. No, I don't. Actually, I will keep that there. I will keep it. I will only use the spark and deal damage with the spark. So then we're at 30 here. And then I have more paired storms here. So now I will actually put them both into 1 breach. So these actually deal more damage then. Have another spark here. And then I have 2. With 2 I can focus here one more time. And also discard this one here. Alright. Wonderful. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the last breach will let me gain a spell that costs 5 or less. And that will be in the Radiant Conflux most likely. There we go. Our turn. Alright, now we do a lot of damage. This one needs 6. Here I do 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 2 is 8 damage. And with this one and this one together I would do 4. Then let's do these 2 together here for 4 damage. So 4 damage here to that guy. And this is like 2 plus 4, that's 6, plus 2, that's 8. Yeah, that's a lot. That's 8 damage here. That's 22. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, so let's see here. Another paired storm. And then Crystal, Sulfide. So that's 4. I need exactly 4 to open this here. So I can open this. Now I can gain a spell that costs 5 or less. Yeah, probably this one here. Deals 3 damage. That's fine. That's okay. And also I have like 2 Soulfires here, but I can't do anything because there is nothing. So that's fine. Okay. I have the feeling I'm doing a lot better now. But like my deck is quite bloated, so that is not perfect. But I have like everything in there. I have like attack in there. I have Soulfires in there. And also still my trash cards, right? But okay, that's the way it is. Our turn again, that's perfect, because then we can get rid of that one here. That is very good. So I will do these 3 damage now. Oh wait, I probably drew that card again. I need to do this card first. And then I do these 3 damage here in order to get rid of that one here, because that one is really annoying. And very dangerous. More dangerous than annoying, to be honest. Alright, paired storm here, and that mega attack. Let me just put it there. And then I have 2 here. With these 2, I cannot really do anything. So I will just... What would I do? I would just discard them anyways. That's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Whose turn is it? The Nemesis turn. No souls to move. Okay. So... 2 power. I can spend 5 either to discard that. Gravehold suffers 3 damage and I gain a cursed shard and a cursed bolt. You have to remember that one. That's not a nice one. That's not a nice one to have. Okay. 1. That is our turn. I have nothing here. So then I will do... I can draw 1 card here. And then I will do 1 plus 4. 5 damage plus 3 damage. That's 8 damage. Alright, that's 14. Okay, we're getting very close here. We're getting really close. 1, 2, 3. I actually have 5 here. I actually have 5 in hand that I will do like this in order to discard this here. So this one is no danger anymore. Wonderful. Very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I think we should have it in the back because we still have the level 1 cards here, so we should have it in the back. Whose turn is it? Ours even. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So 1 damage here. That's then 13. That's good. So what do we have in hand? Let's see. Oh yeah, Paired Storm. That is 2, 6, 8 damage together. Yeah, that's really not bad. And a Spark. And we have 2 here. With these 2, I cannot really do anything, so I will just pretty much discard them here. Yeah. Like, I don't need them at the moment. Because the nemesis is pretty much... Somehow the nemesis is really taken out at the moment. It just doesn't unleash often enough. That is the problem. Yeah. That is pretty crazy. And then it should be the nemesis turn, yeah. So, Wandering Lasher. Oh, yeah. I remember that one. It's the same thing. Each attack against the creature only does 1 damage, but I can discard either in order to by that amount. Okay, so let me have a little bit of tea. You can probably hear that. I've been talking way too much today. Like recording all of these 4 videos. I mean, I'm not even done yet, but until now, I probably needed like around 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours. So that's quite a bit. Nemesis turn, we put that there, and that's it, right? Yeah. Okay. So then let's see whose turn it is now. Just 13 damage. So next time it's my turn, I do 6, 8, 9 damage. Okay, and then we're almost done. So I will just leave that Wandering Lasher there. Yeah, it unleashes, but until these souls wander over there, it will take quite a while. Nemesis. Alright. Unleash, so we'll put 3 right there. Unleash again, so now it's starting again, see? Any player suffers 2 damage, that's not possible, so 4 to Gravehold. Oh. It's getting closer. Gains a Cursed Shard, and on top of my deck. Alright. Whose turn is it? Mine. What did I say? 9 damage, right? 2, 6, 8, 9. So let me do all of that 9 damage here. So then the Fountain of Souls is at 4. Well, we should be able to do that, right? Yeah, that is enough. I put that there, so the next time it's our turn, we win. I have 3 here. I'll just use them and get nothing pretty much. But I will get rid of 3 souls. Of 2 souls, sorry. Like this. No, I will not do that. I will do it differently. I will actually use the Lantern's ability, get rid of 5. So there's only 1 left. And then I will use these 2 soul fires to just raise the Lantern again. That's cleverer. That's more clever, I mean. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn on the deck. Our turn. And then we do 3, 5, 6 damage. And that's it. There we go. We finished the expedition, and unlike the expedition to New Age, where I actually lost like the last battle, I think. The others I won, but the last one I lost. But here we won every battle. Yeah, it was quite close with 14, but it's still okay. It's not that close, right? We started with 30, now we have 14. He started with 70, and he's gone. So I think that was quite good. But like that, well, actually, like the Paired Storm did quite a bit of damage, yeah. But I think like the best thing I could have done, the best thing I did was actually like opening that breach at the beginning with the treasure level 3, right? To like almost open it, then finish opening it and getting that I can relay right in the beginning. That was really good, right? Because I had to get all these soul fires and they like really fueled that. So that is pretty cool. So yeah, and we are almost done. There are 2 more things we will now do. We will now read the conclusion here of the story. And then we will check out like the last 2 packages that we unlocked, and then we are done with the expedition. Very, very cool. All right. Conclusion of Battle 4. The final blow lands and the fountain explodes into a burst of radiant water, coating the cavern and leaving the mages drenched and gasping. Is it over? Ilya pants, leaning her head on Kel's shoulder in exhaustion. It's over, Kel answers, sweeping her tether up in her arms and planting a kiss on her forehead. I thought I saw something moving in the pool, Takran says, still holding his shield out in front of him. Don't let your guard down. The group watches in tense silence as something stirs in what little water remains. A single human-sized purple hand, reaches up over the lip of the now empty pool. A man begins to pull himself out. Zana sucks in a deep breath, trying to keep herself from hoping for a miracle. The man crawls his way out of the pool on his hands and knees and then looks up. His face is a mess of eyes and his skin is coated in fine spider webs. Yeah, that's Arachnos. Xaxos is the first to recognize him. Arachnos? Arachnos turns towards the sound of his name, but there is clearly something lost behind his eyes. He's caught somewhere between human and monster. Behind him, another figure, as pale as a ghost, crawls away from the pit. Her skin is rippled and coated in burns. Zana falls to her knees in shock. Desmodia and Arachnos struggle their way to their feet, looking weak and unsteady. Thraxir is the first to step forward to meet them, a steady mountain of armor for them to lean against. They must have been halfway through the process, Xaxos muses quietly. Finished enough to survive, but not quite nameless yet. Where are the rest of the people who died in the fall? Zana looks up at Xaxos desperately. Why did only Desmodia make it through? Maybe the concentrated energy at the center of the explosion. Maybe a connection with the void. I don't know. Xaxos closes his eyes and hangs his head. I am so sorry, Zana. Takra kneels beside his mother and she leans into his shoulder, crying softly. He runs a hand soothingly down her back and murmurs, "We saved him from a fate worse than death. Now he's free. They all are." Zana knows it's the truth, but does little to soothe the old cold grief wrapped around her heart. Do you see now, Zana? There's power in the void, powerful places just like this. Xaxos spreads his arms wide. This is where we'll find the answer, the key to stopping the Nameless for good. The void is our only hope. Zana is quiet for a moment, considering his words. You're right. This place is important, but I don't think there's an easy answer out there waiting to be found. There is, and I'll find it. Xaxos gestures at the newly reformed mages. They can't go back to New Greyfold the way they are, but I can stay with them here. We'll find the way to destroy the Nameless once and for all. You could come with me. Zana shakes her head slowly. No, you're wrong. But Brahma is wrong too. We cannot rely on the void to fix our problems, but we can also not ignore its potential. It's time we stop thinking of our world and the void as separate. We have to embrace them together. Resting a hand on Takran for balance, Zana slowly pushes herself to her feet. She reaches up to her throat and unclasps the red cloak draped around her shoulders. With a quick movement, she folds it once and holds it out to Xaxos. His eyes are solemn as he takes it from her. Where will you go? Zana takes a long moment to look at the stony pool drained of all its magic. The water is flat and empty. I think it's about time we had a discussion with Brahma. I think it's about time I went home. Very, very cool. Nice. Alright, so we now open the envelope end and the end deck. These are like the rewards for finishing the expedition. It says here, congratulations, you have completed this expedition. Alright, so let's see, this is empty, so we can put that over there. So we should have two new heroes. Yes, we have Arachnos and we have Desmodia. Oh, she only has one breach. Complexity rating 7. Complexity rating 3. Oh, that's an easy one. That one is easy. Oh, he has like 2 open breaches as well. Alright, cast any place prepped spell and plus 3 damage. Wow. Desmodia. Wow, that is crazy. Man, that is really crazy. But she looks cool. That is a very cool look. Okay. And then here we have an extra breach. That one is for Desmodia. Once opened, prep any number of spells plus 1 damage. Oh, you can put as many spells in there as you want to. And do 1 damage. Wow. Okay. Interesting. That is interesting. Wow. I think I'm going to enjoy that one. Alright. And then we also have like the deck here. And the deck is like, I think there isn't a whole lot new stuff in there. Well, actually, there should be like new market cards in there, and then like all of the, and then there should be like all of the, the randomizers and stuff. So, yeah. So here we have a new gem and a relic. Oh, that one looks cool. Another relic. Yeah, relics and spells. I will not look at all of those in detail because I even have more like from the expansions in the box. So there are like many more market cards. So if you actually get like you see like what happens when you get this. Like you have so many like mages and you have different bosses. Like you've seen like all the bosses from the base game, I think now, but there are even more bosses when you get the expansions, right? And you have like so many mages and bosses. There's so much value in just one box, and I have like 3 boxes, right? So it's like crazy. It's really crazy. Okay, and then here we have all these stuff for like the new mages, and then here are the randomizers, which I spoke about, right? Because these are pretty cool, the randomizers, in case you don't know them yet. These are like the, let me just check, these are the randomizers here. So what happens is you can just shuffle these up, like, or you can shuffle all these gems and all the relic randomizers and all these spell randomizers, and then you can draw like 3 gems, 2 relics, and 4 spells. And with these this is the market you play with, right? So that's like a really cool thing to do. And then there are also mage randomizers, and you see like how many mages there are here, right? These are all the mages you have seen now during the campaign. And that's already a lot. That's like 3, 6, 8, right? And there should be even more. Should be even more in the expansion. There are even more in the expansion. So yeah, a lot of stuff. And here are like all the enemies. You have seen these 4 enemies, but there are more enemies in the expansions as well. And these are just some standard cards again. So that is pretty cool. I will sleeve all of that, and then I will put it in my suitcase, because I will have to make a video about that at some point. But actually, I put all my 3 boxes. I like emptied all the boxes, and I put everything in like one large like suitcase. No, not suitcase. I mean in one like a large briefcase, right? Like these 3 boxes fit in there. I don't know if the 4th box that I want to have would fit in there. I will have to see about that. Well, and that really now concludes the entire expedition for Aeon and Outcasts on my channel. I have recorded the entire expedition in one day. I'm totally exhausted, but I hope you enjoyed this series. I really hope you did. I had so much fun playing it, but I always have fun playing Aeon's End because it is an amazing game. Of course, I only play with one hero on camera. It's just easier, and it's just easier to arrange and easier to play, and for you easy to follow. But if I play like by myself without the camera here, I often also take 2 heroes. You can also play Aeon's End two-handed very well. Like two-handed means with 2 heroes, right? It's not too much upkeep. It's actually quite simple. So if you don't like playing with only 1 hero, try playing with 2, because then you have synergies between the heroes, right? Because they have different abilities and they can like kind of like help each other out. If you're still watching, thank you so much for doing so. I really appreciate you sticking around to the very end, and I hope you enjoyed this. As usual, a huge thank you to all of you. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. I especially want to give a shout out to all my generous Patreons, and the biggest thanks go out to Thraxir, who is the most generous support at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that. You can support me in numerous ways. You can watch my videos, like them, comment below them. You can even subscribe to my channel if you like my content enough, which would be amazing. You can support me on Patreon, but you can also join my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.